Back at it again, family. Back at it again. Breaking proximity and GMB map search results. That's what I want to cover. So, a lot of people ask me about breaking proximity. What does that look like? What do you mean? And then I'm going to show you what Google's telling us for some of the categories, right? Why is it important to tie everything together, right? And we're going to use Google to show us what I'm talking about and what I mean. So I just took this auto repair shop, great website. I did. Whoops, hold on. It helps if I boom, boom, boom. If I share it, right? Let me share it. Let me share it. Let me share it. Okay, hold on one second. Getting ahead of myself. Share screen. Let's do the entire screen. Let's pick it and share it. Bloop, there we go. Okay, so here's the mechanic shop. We take a look at him. Wants help. I gave him my tips. But what I want to show in this particular case is when I tell you what does it mean by breaking proximity. So we do a heat map on how to, what is the lay of the land? What does it look like? What are the competitors? So if I do um, auto re, auto repair center, right? And I did a 13 by 13. We always want to get the most amount of data in a 0.5 miles. So that's basically saying between each dot, it's a half a mile. So in this case, it's about 6.5 miles, right? So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 miles in this particular case. So just so we're all on the same page on how to read this, all right? So if we look at this, okay, they need a little love, they need a little help. Got it. So I take a look at the competitors. We'll do an average here and we'll look at the first one on the list. So one thing I noticed is, okay, it's not the best, right? It's not the best geo map for them. But if we take a look at here, actually, this particular location, why am I showing them up twice? Okay, let's do a refresh real quick. For some reason, I'm showing them twice. It's duplicating here. Okay, let's try this again. Average, the competitor average. So this is our competitor, right? So they need a little bit of love. And then if we look at the number 2 section here, this is what I kind of mean by Google is not breaking proximity and how we could look at that. You see how they cluster it in one like little section of the map? If we take a look at this one, it's a cluster right here. It's not breaking. This is a pretty big area, right? And if we look at number 3, again, see how it's clustered? To me, that's what I mean when I say breaking proximity, right? So this one's a little tough, right? If Google knows the properties around here, the business around here, what they do, where they're at, they're like, nope, I'm keeping you in this little area. There's plenty around you. However they do it, this is what I mean by breaking proximity, right? And we want to look at that. So our client or um the the GMB that I looked at to kind of give you an example is this one here, right? They're even showing number 1 and they're breaking a little bit of proximity, but they could use some help, right? So another thing that I wanted to show you, that's what I mean as far as breaking proximity. And when we're looking at that, we're also looking at, if you look at the competitors, what the review count is. So that'll also be an indicator of how long is it going to take us to beat or green this out. Okay. Another section I wanted to point out, this was a perfect example. That's why I wanted to get on live, is guys, you'll see a lot of these GMBs with a ton. This is not bad. A ton of these GMB categories. In this case, less is more. Let's not confuse Google, 1, 2, 3 max, 1, 2, 3 max. So we don't confuse Google, what you're trying to do, who you are and where you are, right? Be very specific, go after that keyword and dominate that particular keyword. Okay. So Guys, another thing I wanted to show you on here, pro tip and hack. If we do auto repair center, right? And this is why it's important, and I'll tie all this together in a minute. This is the SERP results, right? This is the search engine results, that Google gives. One thing I want to point out to you is they're giving a AAA. It's a website, Yelp website, Scott's Auto Repair website, River Oak Auto Repair website. We almost get to the bottom, section number 9, basically between 8 and 9, before we bring up a GMB or the GMB maps, right? So Google on some categories is pushing that map down, right? They want us to pay for ads, or depending on the category, whatever the reason, they're moving it down. That is why it's important to make sure we tie in the website with your SEO map rankings. Focus on both of them in this particular case at the same time. So hopefully that makes sense. So let me draw it out to you. And I made a few videos like this before, right? Where, depends on where we're at with it. So let me do this. We have 4 boxes, right? And let me make sure we can see this. Boom, boom. I think we're still good. We're still good. Okay, so we have 4 boxes that we're playing in. We have the Google My Business profile. We have the actual website. Okay, then we have this box over here called ads. And then we have this box over here, which I like to call like referrals, customer service, why isn't this not showing up? Boom, boom, boom. Let me get this popping for you guys. This should be popping up. There we go. Much better. So we have these sandboxes that we play in, right? Now, I mentioned to you guys before, each of these represent about, 35% of our marketing, right? So we have our marketing plan here, marketing plan that we want to hit 100% to be all dialed in, right? So we'll say 35%, 35%, right? Give or take, and the other 35%. 100% is what we're aiming for. But my point to showing you guys this result here, some categories are pushed towards the bottom. That's why we want to make sure that we're checking this box off right here. Like, boom, I got that nailed. We're ranking on that. But let's not forget the website. We need to get that dialed in, right? And then while we're doing all this, want to make sure our in-house is asking for referrals, reviews, emails, right? Giving discounts away. It's all in-house, and then do some ads. But the most important part, if we want to break this up, let's take away kind of this barrier and work on these 2 at the same time. At the same time, right? If possible, you can dominate one, but always remember you want to hit the other one at the same time. And this is the perfect example why, right? If we look at this, there's no maps at the top. There's only websites, right? So that's why we want to hit the website and the maps. And then I wanted to, again, show you guys what it means as far as breaking proximity, what it looks like on the map. So when I tell you, hey, I need to make sure it breaks proximity, because if the competitor, and let's look at another one here. So let's say this dentist office here. We look at this dentist office. Okay, dental implants, right? They also need a little bit of love, right? Now, if we look at their competitors, this is their map. This is the same keyword, the same map. See how this breaks proximity? It opens it up. If they can get that, we can get that for our clients as well. Some niches, some areas are a little bit harder, right? We look at the reviews, they have 147. Where are yours at, right? In this case, they actually have a pretty good review count at 334, right? But that's part of the process, part of the formula that we look at if we can help somebody dominate. So guys, let's see here. Hopefully this made sense. Hopefully it made sense to you guys as far as like, what does it mean by breaking proximity? Why is it important to hit all your marketing buckets, the GMB and your website and ads and your in-house referring, right? So you can make sure that we're hitting this out of the park, because for some of these, Google is showing us like, hey, we're pushing that down. You got to concentrate on the full packet, right? Not just your GMB, not just your website, but together, tying it in, making the difference. Now, for the website, guys, it's very simple. It's going to be content, on and off page SEO, right? It's going to be backlinks. It's going to be traffic. And yes, there's some subcategories to that we looked at, like your H1, like your schema, different, branding stuff that you want to add to it that will help you, right? But essentially, it's going to fall in those 4 pillars where we can make a difference for your website. So guys, hopefully this was useful. Look up your business, look up your customers, where they fall in the SERPs. If it's, getting pushed down, that means we just have to, play in both boxes at the same time, or dominate one really quick and move on to the next one. We always want to add to it, right? We always want to add to it, add to the recipe, so we can help our customers. With that said, guys, much love, much success, and I'll see you on the next one.